Leetcode problem. 1427 perform string shifts. So for this problem, we are giving a string. It contains lowercase English letters and a matrix shift. So what is the meaning of the shift? So shift are gonna include a direction and amount. So if it is a 0, it means let's just check. Can be 0 or 1. If it is a 0, it means shift left. If it is 1, it means shift right. And this 1 or this 2, it means the amount. It means shift how many positions. Yeah. So left shift by 1 means move the first character of S and append it to the end. So what is the meaning? So if we are giving this ABC, now we're gonna have a left shift. So because 0 means left shift, yeah, it means to this direction. So we're gonna take out this A and append it to the end. It means A gonna be here. So this is gonna be the left shift. So for this example, 0 means left shift. It's gonna become BCA. Yeah. Now we're gonna do a 1. 1 means the right shift. If we were to do a right shift, how many times? There's gonna be 2 times of the right shift. Yeah. So similarly, a right shift by 1 means remove the last character of S and add it to the beginning. So we're gonna remove it. It becomes ABC to the beginning, and then we're gonna remove it and add it to the beginning. It's gonna become CAB. Yeah. So this is exactly what we are doing, and we're gonna return this kind of CAB. Yeah. It seems this is gonna be an easy problem. We just need to do some mathematical calculations. But do we need to? Yeah, I mean, do we need to calculate one by one? So for each of the shifts, we're gonna just do those kind of operations, and it depends on how many shifts. For example, there are n shifts, and for each of the shifts, it is the time complexity gonna be length of the string. So for example, if the length of the string is m, yeah, so the time complexity gonna be nm. Do we need to do that? Yeah, let's just check nm. Nm is just a small number. It is okay. It's like 100 times how many shift, and shift length is 100. Yeah, it seems like 100 times 100. If we use the modular calculation, I mean, for this is the length is just like 7. Maybe we're gonna have a shift. Yeah, maybe for this amount is 100. It takes more time, but we're gonna use a modular calculation. So this 100 gonna modular this is 7. So for example, if this amount is 100 and the length of the string is 7, we're gonna use a modular to make it smaller. Yeah, we can in this way we can just reduce the time. Yeah, but anyway, the time complexity is gonna be n times m, and this is not a good idea. So a good idea is that we will not do the calculations one by one. We're gonna do all the calculations together. So this means for each of the shifts, yeah, we just need to do the right and the left. So for example, if there's a left, we're gonna use a negative value. For amount, for example, this is amount is 1. We're gonna use a negative 1. And if it is a right, so we're gonna use a positive value. So the negative 1 gonna plus a 2, it becomes 1. So what's the meaning? It means this ABC gonna shift right to 1 position. So it's gonna become CBA. Yeah, we just need to take out this C and append it to the beginning. It's gonna become CBA. I'm sorry, it's gonna become CAB. Yeah, for this one. So this is only one operation. Actually, this just becomes the ON. N is the length of the string. So the time complexity becomes the ON instead of something like n times m. This can really reduce the time complexity. Yeah. So if the amount, so for example, is 100, what are we gonna do? We will not do it for 100 times. We just need to reduce the value. We're gonna use a modular, the length of the string. So for example, if the length of the string is yeah. So this is all our calculations. Now let's just do it. Yeah, we're gonna use maybe here we're gonna use the direction for the A and amount inside of the shift. Here let me prepare yeah, I don't know what kind of a variable I needed to prepare. Basically it is how many shifts. Yeah, let me use a shift right. Yeah, because I don't know what kind of variable is going to be suitable. Maybe shift right is okay. So currently I'm gonna set a shift right to 0. Finally, I'm gonna check what is the shift right value for my for all those calculations. So now I'm gonna check it. So if the direction equals to 0, it means the shift left. So it means my shift right gonna minus the amount. Else, if it is a shift right, so it means my shift right gonna plus equal to the amount. Yeah. So this is exactly what I'm doing for the shift right. But this shift right can be a negative value. Yeah, because this amount can be really large. So what are we gonna do? We just need to reduce the shift right first. So we're gonna reduce it. How can we reduce it? We're gonna use a modular with the length of the string. Let's just use n. So let's just say n gonna be the length of the string. Now we reduce the value by a modular, but after the modular, this shift right can be a negative value. So in Python we use this, and it can be a negative value. Yeah. So how can we? I'm not sure if there's a negative value. I think there's gonna be a negative value. Yeah. But how can we make it to a positive value? Yeah, because if the shift right equals to a -1 or -2, we need to make the shift right to a positive value. Yeah. So this means the shift right gonna need to plus equal to n. So in this way, shift right gonna be a positive value. So what did I mean by that? So for example, if I'm giving a string of ABC, and after doing some shifting operations, I calculated the shift right maybe a really big negative value. For example, it is a -22. Yeah. Now I'm gonna use the modular calculations. So after the modular calculations, I got a -1 because I'm gonna modular 3. Now I need to use this -1 plus a 3, so it becomes a 2. It means the shift left to one position means the shift right to two positions. So this is why I'm gonna use the shift right plus n. So in this way, so in this way, the shift right gonna always be a positive value. Yeah. So after the modular, I'm not sure it's gonna be a positive or negative, but I'm gonna check. If it is a negative value, so I'm gonna just plus make it a shift right to the positive value. So now, what I need to do, I just need to return the final result. Yeah. So the final result gonna be, let's just use an example. Still, we're gonna have this string like ABC. So what if my shift right is let's say, so what about my shift right is 2? So after all those calculations, my shift right is 2. It means for this ABC, let's say just maybe use 1. 1 is better. Yeah, let me just use 1. 1 is similar to the example. If my shift right is 1, so what I need to do is, so this is my shift right. If my shift right is 1, I need to use a -1. So -1 gonna find this character. Yeah. So if my shift right is 1, basically it means I need to do one operation. And where can I start my operation? It's gonna be at the right side. So I'm gonna use a -1 to find it. It's gonna be this character C. Yeah. So from here, I'm gonna first take out the string and choose this negative value. Yeah. Now let me just write it here. So I'm gonna write the result, and let's just check. So here I'm gonna use S with a negative shift right. So this means I got my character C, and then I'm gonna plus S to the negative shift right. Yeah, this is exactly my calculation. So this is a -1, this is my character C, and this is something from the beginning to -1, so this is AB. So this is exactly the final result. Now let me just run it to double check if it works. As you can see, it works. Now let me just submit it. Yeah, why is it so slow? Let's just wait and check. This is not as I expected. Normally it's gonna be really fast. Maybe some networking problems. Yeah, as you can see, it's really fast. It's 100% because this is gonna be the best way to solve the problem. Yeah, maybe you're gonna consider for the Python modular calculation. Can I always get a positive value? Do I need to check this? Because I'm not sure. I will get a negative value. So let me just check that. And let me just submit it. Yeah, so in Python, we don't need to check the modular to be a negative value because it's gonna always to be a positive value. Yeah, let's just check that. So for example, if it is negative 20, adjusted negative 22 modular 3, so what's gonna be my final result? So instead of a negative 1, I'm gonna get a 2. So this is why I don't need it, because in Python actually we don't need it. As you can see, it is a 2. So now we also learned something. So in Python, if it is a negative value modular a positive value, the final result is gonna always be a positive value or 0. Yeah, as we can see, it is a 2. So what about negative 21? Definitely it's gonna be 0. Yeah, so this is some new knowledge I've learned from Python. I just remembered it, but sometimes I just forget it. You know, I did a check. Actually, we don't need to check that. Yeah, we just need to use a modular. After the modular, everything gonna be okay. Yeah, now let me just submit it to prove it's gonna work. I think that's all about it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.